Hi all, it's Teresa in Gemma's house. Well, in addition to quilting projects, I love to sew other types of projects too. So recently I was watching a lot of YouTube videos of these two women who Frankenstein clothes that they either bought in thrift stores or using scrap materials or their own old clothes that they don't wear anymore, and they change them so that they can use them again. And this is right up my alley. I don't like to waste things, and especially with jeans and pants, I have a hard time finding ones that fit me well. So I took a lot of my old jeans and I Frankensteined them so that they fit me again and I can reuse them for many more years. And I didn't stop with jeans. I did a few jackets and purses and capri shorts. And I had so much fun with these projects. Like, here's one of my jeans purses that I made recently, and I love a slouchy jeans purse. So let me show you a couple of my recent projects, and maybe this will give you some good ideas to do your own. So I think this was my first project. I took a pair of skinny jeans that no way fit me anymore, and I cut them up the side seams and added kind of a long triangle of fabric there and along the bottom hem too. And then I added patch pockets from another pair of jeans just to give them a little interesting detail on the front, because those pockets on the front weren't actually usable pockets, they were sewn shut. And my second pair of jeans, again, were skinny jeans that didn't fit me anymore, and I did pretty much the same thing, added the long triangle of fabric on the side seams, and I added patches too to give them a boho look. And here I am modeling them. They're nice and baggy for days when I want really baggy jeans. And so after I got the hang of it, I started fixing a pair of capri shorts that I had, and I added the fabric on the side seams to widen them so they fit me again, and added colorful patches. And these jeans later became my first jeans purse because I didn't like how wrinkled they got when I wore them. So I cut them apart and made a purse out of them. So I moved on to some other capri shorts I had. Again, adding a triangular piece of fabric to the side seams and some colorful patches. And I really like the look and feel of these. I really love wearing these. And the fabric I used for these was actually from men's boxer shorts that I was using as shorts years ago. And I have this decorative stitch on my machine that looks like blanket stitching. So on the back of these capri shorts, they needed to be widened a little more in the back. So I just cut a long slit on the sides of the back and widened them in the middle. And then I added this patchwork fabric on top of it. Again, top stitching it around the edges with that decorative stitch on my machine. So I also had a jeans jacket from, oh my gosh, 20 years ago maybe, that I had added this design. I drew this design on the back with fine line Sharpie pens, and it's held up pretty well after being washed a few times. But it didn't fit me well, so I cut the back part out of the jeans jacket, and I cut pieces off of the sleeves and widened it as much as I needed for the back and for the front. And I used a pair of men's Levi jeans that I got for about $8 at the Salvation Army thrift store for the bottom part of the jacket, and the sleeves of this jacket are actually the legs of the men's jeans. So I just patched pieces together where I needed them, and it turned out really cute. So I had this cotton shirt that I really loved, but these little cap sleeves, I'm not fond of these. I like my sleeves to be longer to my elbow. So I had this orange t-shirt. I cut the bottom part off and I used those pieces to lengthen the sleeves on this shirt. And you can see the finished hem of the t-shirt worked really well as the bottom of these sleeves. So then I had a cropped off orange t-shirt. I measured along the bottom, so it was 24 inches wide. So I needed 48 inches in width of other fabric to add to the bottom. And I had all of this quilting fabric in my stash, and I love the color combination of these. I made rectangular pieces and sewed them together, and then sewed them to the bottom of the t-shirt and added a double layer of one of the fabrics to lengthen the sleeves. And it's a doubled up layer of fabric so that in case I want to roll up the sleeves to make them shorter, I can do that. I also made this shirt out of a gray sweatshirt and a beautiful embroidered shirt that I got at the Goodwill, again for about $8. And the piece around the neckline is the embroidery. I cut that off of the shirt and stitched it on with that same decorative stitch on my machine. I cut off the bottom of the sweatshirt because it was a little too tight around my hips, and I added pieces from the shirt onto the bottom of the sweatshirt to make it the length I wanted. And this is so comfortable as well. So it was an easy way to make a regular sweatshirt a lot more interesting looking. So getting back to my jeans purses, this is the one I made out of the pair of capri pants. And I even put a zippered pocket on the inside when I put this fabric in as the lining. And I added a little piece of elastic onto the back so that it can wrap around the button in the front of the jeans to keep the purse closed so it doesn't gap open when it's hanging on my shoulder. And this is such a handy purse because it has a lot of pockets in just the right places. And this is the second jeans purse I made. It was from another pair of capri pants that wasn't fitting me really well. And I used the same fabric as the lining in here. There is a zippered pocket in this one as well. And I added the elastic loop in the front and also 2 little loops on each side because I had this luggage belt from an old duffel bag that I don't even own anymore, but I kept the belt because I knew I would use it for something, and it made the perfect shoulder strap for this purse. So here I am modeling one of my jeans purses because I love them so much. I usually wear it crossbody, like in the photo on the right. So I hope this video gave you some good ideas to do your own projects. And can I ask you to check out my main Gemma's House channel page because I do a lot of other projects besides quilting and sewing, and maybe you'll find another video or two that you'd be interested in watching. So thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate the viewer support. Bye-bye.